this is Dr. Anita with another diamond moment. Diamonds are produced by time, heat, and pressure. The cut, clarity, and size of the diamond will determine its use. The use of the stone adds to its value. What pressures have you been under? What is the cut of your personality? Do you have a clear perspective of who you are? And does that perspective line up with where you want to go? How you use your gift will determine its worth. And if you are a diamond, it's time to evaluate the previous steps of your process. We've been talking about you, about the way you think of yourself, about the way that you interact with other people, the way that you view others' successes, what your foundational beliefs are. And all of those things are very important in order to determine who you are and also to fit them in to the shaping of what you want to do and where you want to go. Today, I want us to look at your goals. I want us to be able to begin to attach who we are and where we want to go, and also to look at what may be limiting our access to the things that we want most, to what the challenges in our lives have shaped us to do. And so we're going to look at the top 10 things that stop your success. One of the things that I learned as I left a 9-to-5 job was not really understanding how much work that goes into becoming an entrepreneur, how much work it takes to be able to have your own, do your own, and be your own. And the one thing that everyone who wants to succeed has to be prepared to do is to get out of a 9-to-5 mentality. You can't fit your dream into a 9-to-5 hourly wage. You have to be willing to do more in order to get more. If you have not gotten to the place where you're making enough money, or you have savings enough, or you're able to get a loan, or whatever it is, or however it is that you intend to finance your dream, then you may have to do it at the same time that you have, as they call it, a day job. So how do you maximize the time that you have? You have to use every moment of your day in pursuit of a better you. Be prepared to let go of a 9-to-5 mindset. When you move into an entrepreneurial pursuit, you work on more of a project basis. You're looking at completing steps as opposed to, okay, it's 5 o'clock, so I'm going to stop. You many times don't take the time to look at enough self-care even, but it really requires getting out of a 9-to-5 mindset in order to be able to accomplish your goals. You have to be willing to be proactive rather than reactive. That means you can't wait for something to happen. You have to get in front of it and cause something to happen. So we're looking at evaluating everything about you, who you are, the way that you are and have been fashioned by the Creator in order to accomplish anything in your life. One of the things that also can stop or hold back your success is that you're not keeping your word. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. If you tell a prospective client that you're going to call them back, call them back. Whether you have the answer or not, call them back and let them know, I told you that I was going to call you. I'm still looking for that information, but I wanted to keep my word to you. I'm going to need a little additional time, but again, it was very important for me to keep my word. When you fail to return that call, when you just didn't get around to it. People or your clients can get the opinion that they're really not that important, that you really don't care enough to call back because they don't have the additional information that you have. If you haven't been able to get the quote, if you haven't been able to put together the information that they need, and it's on your side of the ledger, let them know. If that lack is on their side of the ledger, you also need to let them know. Mr. Jones, Mr. Brown, I can't get that estimate for you until I get the information from you. So I was calling to let you know I haven't forgotten, but I still haven't received your email giving me the information that I need in order to complete what we talked about. So we have to be proactive. We have to get in front of it rather than reactive. We have to get rid of the 9 to 5 mindset that I start at this time, I stop at this time. You have to utilize all of your day in order to accomplish your goals. The other thing that you really need to be aware of, that it's not necessary to reinvent the wheel. Sometimes we're trying to come up with such an innovative idea and concept that we don't realize that the elements of that innovation have already been produced. They might need to be put in a different order, arranged in a different way. But in order to be successful in a business environment, you only need to be 10% different from your competitors. So if you're evaluating what someone else has done, look at how you can make that 10% better. I know you guys have always heard that, or have heard that expression that necessity is the mother of invention. Well, usually that necessity has come up and someone else has addressed it, but how can you make it even better? One of the things that I pay attention to when I'm ordering things online, and I'm a great Amazon shopper, I go through and I look at all of the ratings, all of the reviews. If you have a product and there's already an existing market for it, go to those reviews and find out what people are saying that maybe they didn't like. And as you are putting your product together, correct the things that people are saying don't work so that it makes your product 10% better. That's the only thing that you need to do to elevate yourself from your competition. Be reliable. Be reliable. Say what you can do. Don't just say what you think someone wants to hear. And once you tell them what you can do, then do it. One of the main things that I've seen that occurs is limiting the creator, the source, the spirit. Our concepts and precepts teach us that God provides for us here a little, there a little, precept upon precept. He teaches us in small bites, and being able to move into the new territory that you're receiving from that which is greater than you is really important. Doing and completing those small steps lead you to larger steps. If you're not willing to do the first thing that's required of you, or that you're feeling or sensing that you need to do, if you haven't done that thing, why are you waiting for additional instructions? You haven't completed the first thing. If you're mixing a cake and it tells you that you combine your wet ingredients with your dry ingredients, and you never combine them, how are you ever going to bake a cake? You have to do the steps of the process in order to come out with the outcome that you're looking for. As God teaches us and shows you what you need to do, you have to do those things in order to accomplish the goal that you're asking for. You have to do those things. No one can do them for you. It's also very important to have a working vision of what you want to become. If you haven't done so, make sure that you get a lot of information on those that are successful in your opinion. If their stories are available, if you can read books or documentaries that show the journey that others have made to their accomplishments. Do that. One of the things that it does, it allows you to know that your journey is not just unique to you. Other people have had difficulties. Other people have had to change the way they view or see an environment in order to accomplish their goals. Other people have had to move out and get in front of a situation and not bring up the rear, but to be proactive in how they went about doing that. It will explain to you the research that they did on the product or the service or the goal to establish the types of habits that are needed in that particular industry. They'll talk about the way that they interacted with others, the disappointments that they had when people were not truthful or forthcoming, when they didn't know where to go or how to achieve a goal. They'll also explain to you what we're talking about now, who they talked to, what they learned in their journey, where they got the shortcut, how they found that 10% difference that changed their lives. These are the things that you learn when you listen to someone else's journey and learn from them. You don't have to start at the beginning. You can start in areas that you have become enlightened by others' stories. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just listen to what other people have said, the steps that they took, and the process that they've also gone through. So as we go back and review the first of the 10 steps, get yourself out of a 9-to-5 mindset. Be willing to do whatever it is that you need to do. Get up early. Start on your goal early. Take the time that you need. If you meditate, do that. If you pray, do that. But get up early enough to put in place your personal routine and then get to your goals. Be proactive rather than reactive. Get in front of the situation. Don't come from behind. Don't be the last one. Get ahead. Keep your word. If you say that you're going to do something, then do it. It is so important. It's more important than what I can even express to you. The work that it takes to get the phone to ring. You don't want to waste that effort by not keeping your word once the phone rings. Make sure that you keep your word. Don't reinvent the wheel. You only need to be 10% different from your competition to stand above it. Do your research. Find out what's going on in that industry. Find out what the limitations may be. And then position yourself to be 10% better than the competition. Be reliable. Say what you can and cannot do. Don't just say what you think someone wants to hear. When you do that, people won't come back. So look at the parts of you, what you have been made to do. Enter into that which you have been specifically designed to do and help yourself move forward in your own goals. Thank you for listening, and join me next time as we redefine the previous steps of your process. Never forget, becoming is a process. A process has stages. One small change changes everything. So invest in yourself. Please visit my website at www.DrAnitaMc.com. That's DrAnitaMc.com for links and additional information. And please rate the podcast if you're enjoying it.